Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Well, David Benavidez, look, I talked about this before, but the WBC is coming out here now, and they're really ramping up their efforts to try to make a fight between Bivol and David Benavidez because the WBC has now, ordered the fight. So will David Benavidez get his time to shine? And two, can he really beat Dimitri Bivol? David Benavidez may have been given the nickname Mexican Monster by Mike Tyson. But Bivol is, no kidding, a monster. He is a beast, a boogeyman. I think this would be an amazing opportunity for David Benavidez to really come out here and show the world why Canelo won't fight him. If he beats Bivol, he should call out Canelo. But some people felt that Benavidez and Canelo at a particular time was the biggest fight that could have been made in boxing. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man, one of the biggest fights that could be made in boxing could be happening, and that's Benavidez and Bivol. Now, what sucks about this is when the sanctioning body comes out here and orders a fight. That really doesn't mean anything, okay? Because Benavidez is the interim WBC light heavyweight champion, and Bivol is the big dog. He has all the belts in the division. But if these sanctioning bodies aren't working together, it ain't gonna work out. In addition to that, if Benavidez and Beterviev end up having a trilogy, then if Beterviev and Bivol have a trilogy, that means Benavidez is gonna be sidelined. He's got to sit and wait to see what happens. As a result, he's going to have to find somebody to fight. So, who the hell does David Benavidez fight? He may end up like Terrence Crawford, where he chooses to go inactive and just wait for that fight to happen so he can finally get an opportunity and fight the winner. But I don't know, man. When you take a look at Bivol, 24 wins, 1 loss, 12 knockouts. Benavidez, 29 wins, 0 losses, 24 KOs. It just makes you wonder, man, if they can strike a deal, Beterbiev and Bivol, for that third fight. But, how do you do that? Beterbiev won the first one, Bivol won the second one. To me, it should be a 50-50 split. That's how I see it. But 1-1 is making 50-50. I don't see why it would be so hard to make a negotiation. But one thing's for sure, David Benavidez, I think, would probably want to be active and not sit on the sideline just waiting. You gotta look at how he came off of his fight with Morrell. Absolutely impressive, man. How he was able to get in there, man, and handle Morrell the way he did. Look, it was a competitive fight, but one fighter obviously was looking like he was having his way more than the other. There was a moment in there where Morrell clipped David Benavidez with a big right hook. Benavidez' legs buckled. Looked like if Morrell put a little more torque on that, he would have knocked David Benavidez' ass out. But he just wasn't able to get that torque on there. Same thing with Lamont Roach when Tank Davis hit him with the straight left, and Roach came right back with the right hand and buckled Gervonta. Now, if he would have put a little more torque on that, may have dropped him. Knockout, I don't know, but he definitely would have dropped him. But anyway, we're going to see what's going to happen because there is a strong possibility that, David Benavidez fights Callum Smith. Now, I don't care what y'all say. Callum Smith, man, 31-2, 22 KOs. Some people felt that his career was over. No need for that man to continue fighting. He should hang it up. Callum Smith is a dog, and Callum Smith would be a tough fight for Benavidez. But again, you asked me to put my money on somebody, I put it on Benavidez. It'd be hard for me to go against Benavidez against anyone outside of Bivol and Beterbiev. But we'll see what happens because this whole thing with these fights being made, these are really intriguing matchups, man. And you just got to, they want to say, all praise turkey a la sheep. Because, I say turkey's in the house every day's Thanksgiving. And boy, oh boy, if we can get Benavidez and Bivol, especially towards the end of the year, maybe right around Thanksgiving time, that would be amazing, man. And I think Bivol or Beterbiev against Benavidez. It's just when we start talking about significant fights, like that's what you call a significant fight, and it's one of the biggest fights that could possibly be made in the sport of boxing. Not even just the light heavyweight division, in the sport of boxing. The best fighting the best and nothing less. Anyway, keep cool. We'll see how this goes. Just because the WBC ordered Bivol to defend against Benavidez, you know how this works. If Turki Al-Sheikh wants to see a trilogy, then the trilogy is going to happen between Bivol and Beterbiev, and they could push Benavidez against Smith, which, again, Smith could come in and spoil the goddamn show. Just being real. He's tall. He's got power. He can fight. He ain't gonna lay down. But if Canelo put him out of his misery pretty early, makes you wonder how a guy like Callum Smith can just have a guy like Canelo bubble up weight divisions and just go down, but come in there against Buatsi and handle himself the way he did. Just the idea of him fighting Benavidez, if he comes and he gives Benavidez the business, you got to question that Canelo win. Because Canelo ain't that strong. You know what I'm saying? If Smith, after several years removed from the Canelo fight, can get in there with Benavidez and put the beans on Benavidez, you got to question that Canelo fight against Smith. Because you ain't supposed to get older and get better. That ain't supposed to happen. Not at these guys, not at their ages. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Good, glad to see that Benavidez, man, was able to come off an impressive unanimous decision victory over Morrell. And it looks like he could be getting an opportunity at the one of the biggest fights in boxing, definitely the biggest fight of his career. But again, the only thing that sucks about it is that Bivol Beterbiev trilogy could take precedence. Keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. In the breeze.